All right, guys, welcome back to the garage. We're just about to start a new project, having finished our garage overhaul. And if you haven't watched that video, I'll put a link to it in the top right-hand corner. But we're going to start another project today. We're going to start working back on the cars. And we're going to start by working on our rocker shaft, or our rocker assembly, for our 1962 Triumph TR4. And we are just about to take this apart. We've got all new parts to rebuild this shaft, so let's go ahead and do that together. All right, in order to start this project, I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean this up with a little bit of brake cleaner, just to make it a little bit easier to work on. Then we're going to start the disassembly process, and probably the most difficult part of this whole process is to actually get the end caps off. There is these little retainer pins in the end. Here they are here. I brought an extra one just in case, but you require two of these. There is the Moss part number. So the retainers here hold on these end caps, and you can probably just see it there under a little bit of grease, but you can see the pin there that needs to be punched out in order to get the caps off at both ends of the rocker shaft. So we're going to endeavor to get those off. If I can't punch them out, we'll end up having to drill them out. We do have a new shaft and new rocker arms as well. The other difficult thing can be to get these pedestals off the shaft if there has been a lot of wear in the shaft and there's lots of grooves. These can be a little bit difficult to get off, but we'll get there when we get there. First things first, we'll try to get those pins out and see how easily they move. Then we'll go into the disassembly phase, and it's just important basically to keep the order of how everything comes off the shaft. So we'll just lay everything above here and keep it in the order that it's in. It's important to note there are left hand and right hand rocker arms, so we want to make sure when we reinstall them that there is actually right hand and left hand rocker arms. So just that's kind of an important thing to note as well. All right, here we go. Get those pins out. All right, run into a little bit of an issue here with the reassembly of the rocker shaft. It looks like I'm going to have to buy a reamer in order to ream out the bushings on the rockers themselves, as they're too tight on the shaft. So we'll investigate what I need to do as far as getting the dimensions for a reamer. I don't really want to buy an adjustable reamer. I'd prefer to buy a proper sized reamer. But that's going to probably take a few days for me to be able to get that. So this project will be on hold for now. So we'll bring you back when we're ready to ream those bushings out on the rockers themselves, and we'll go through that process. In the meantime, I think we'll paint some parts. So we've had these sitting over here for a little while, and now we've got the opportunity and the time to get some painting done. We've got the heater cranked up in the garage, so I think we'll clean those up a little bit and get them into some paint. Okay, a bit of a monumental day today at the Rusty Beauty Shop. Today we picked up the head for the TR4 engine rebuild project, and we picked up the crank. This I've brought over to Lynn to talk about what we're going to do as far as the rocker shaft is concerned. I think we have a way to figure this out. So we've got some of our key components back. So I think we're pretty much ready to start. I think we have all of our parts now to start our engine build process. So we're good to go there. So we'll probably start that within the next probably few days, or maybe after Easter basically. And we'll start putting it back together slowly. We'll do an hour, power hour here and there, probably in the evenings, to get this back together so we can get the car ready for springtime. All right, returning to a project that we started way back on March the 23rd. It's now mid-May. So we're getting back to assembling the rocker shaft on the 1962 Triumph TR4 project. And we ran into a little bit of an issue during an assembly phase where the new shaft, the new rocker shaft, the actual shaft that I bought, was coated with a black material, and that was preventing the rockers and the pedestals from sliding on the shaft nicely. So I went to a Lynn's and just sort of slightly polished that with a little bit of emery cloth in WD-40 to shine it up and get that black coating off. And now we're back to normal, where we can slide those rockers and pedestals off easily enough. So we're at the reassembly phase now. So I've just got everything sort of lined out with all of our new parts. And we are using the manual here to make sure that we've got everything in order. We're looking at the exploded diagram here. I think we're pretty much in order and ready to go. So maybe we'll put you on time lapse and we'll reassemble this together. All right, guys, there is the rocker shaft for the TR4 put back together and in much better condition than what is in. So this is good to go back on the car now. So we'll get back to resuming the engine build or the engine rebuild on the 62 Triumph TR4 this evening, actually, and hope to put this new rocker shaft on the new engine shortly. All right, so stay tuned to the channel for some engine rebuild updates coming shortly on this channel. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, and thanks for subscribing. See you on the next video.